Welcome to the Just a Basic Dude vlog, and this is going to be another short review. And today we have another piece of cheap gear for you, and what we have here is the Sportsman's pocket saw. You can find this pretty much at any hardware store in some variant. You'll often find these inside of survival kits and things like that. And this one's interesting because it was sold on its own for like $1 at a hardware store, and the back comes with little instructions. It says, for two-handed use, place thumbs in rings, extend blade so it's tight and straight, and saw with a brisk back and forth motion. Whereas the picture on the front shows that he has wrapped his saw around the tree and is almost garroting the tree. If you have ever seen a mafia movie, you know that a garrote is a wire that you wrap around someone's neck and pull this way in this exact same motion as this picture. And then there's a second way of doing it, one-handed use. Cut a grain branch about as thick as your thumb and 4 inches longer than the saw. Notch each end. Insert ring over one notch, bend branch, and insert opposite ring over the other notch. See diagram, and they have that little picture for you. Unfortunately, it's wintertime up here, and it's going to be spring before I'm able to find a branch that's green and stretchy enough, at least up here in this part of the high desert country, to perform this one-handed. But I thought that since we had it, this seems to be a little bit higher quality than many of the other pocket saws you get in, say, like a survival kit or something of that nature. A little tie there. We're going to cut him with our handy dandy buck 715. If we can get him, because it's not. There we go. Alright, and we're going to keep these instructions for future studious use, just in case we need them. Right there. We're going to tuck that right here. Interesting. Okay, so what we got here is a hunk of wire, and you can kind of feel sharp teeth on the wire. They're usually all circled up like this. And if we take it off, this is what we have. He seems to be about maybe 1.5 feet long, 2 feet long-ish. I'll probably measure it later, and I might put that in the comments section. And so it says to hook these loops on your thumbs. I'm thinking that this might make you sore after a while, but I'm going to try it anyway. So I've got this branch here, and it's dead, so we're not hurting anything. And we are just going to take that motion that they talk about, and we're going to see how well this cuts. And it looks like it went right through the bark of this tree. Actually, the unfortunate thing is that doing this way, your thumbs begin to get a little sore. Now my hands aren't weak by any means, and they're not soft by any means, but my thumbs are still starting to feel that grind. So I saw an idea on a different channel, and what they did was they took a stick and they broke it into sort of usable pieces, and they took the hoops, they slid through the hoops. So we're going to try this now. This is going to be the way we're going to do this now. And we're actually going to change the motion. So if you saw earlier, I was cutting in a back and forth motion, the way they say to on the back of the thing. I'm going to take this into our kind of more of a garrote motion. And we're going to cut. It's not easy. It's time consuming. And my saw is sticking also. Here, let's see if we can't get that saw unstuck. Dropped our little stick there. As you can tell, this requires a great deal of effort. These survival saws, I do not believe, in my opinion, are a great idea. But it is going through this dry branch. It's just getting stuck. As you can see, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And I don't think that if you're in the woods, you'd want to expend this amount of energy just to cut limbs to make your shelter. I think that the energy that I'm expending right now is worth more to me doing something else. I could break branches off. They don't have to be prettily cut. This could be useful, but it just, really what it is a chintzy addition to any survival gearbox for them to take your money and say that they've added another tool to their box. So, though this was cutting through that limb, you can see I've already pinched the metal of this right there, and that's never going to come out. That piece of wire is bent forever. I would say that this is a no. If I had to trust my life to something, if I was going to be in the woods and I was going to need a tool like this to cut branches and survive, I would much rather have a hatchet. I would much rather have a fixed blade knife. I would much rather have a machete. I would much rather have a saw of any type, a real hard metal saw or a chainsaw. This is a tool that I do not like. Though it was cutting through this branch, it got stuck multiple times, and we ruined the wire. So save your money, and I give this a 1.5 out of 5, because it did start to cut this branch. We'll do a little close-up of the branch here, right here. Maybe we won't move. And I didn't even make it halfway through enough to cut this branch. And this is dried, dead wood, not anything green or anything that's tough like you'd find in the woods. Anyhow, this has been just a Basic Dude vlog. This is E-Town Train, and save your money and buy a real saw. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.